Hi everyone. It's different being on YouTube as opposed to being in the classroom, but I think we can still get just as much learning done. As long as you put the effort in, I'm sure we can manage it. Okay, this week I want to talk about the truth, more specifically lying. Do you think you can tell the difference between when somebody's telling the truth or when they're telling a lie? Let's see. Once upon a time, when I was a little boy, we used to go to a little school in the village. And every Thursday after school, my mum would pick me up, or my dad, and we'd go to a little shop in the village, a little post office shop. And there was a woman who had sweets, but not in little packets. Sweets used to come in these big jars, and she would unscrew the jar, and you would tell her how much you wanted. And she had a scale with weights, and she would put a weight on one side of the scale, and she had this big pan on the other, and she would pour the sweets out, and she would give you as much as you'd asked for. And she knew I liked the black ones and the red ones, so she always used to try and get me more black ones and red ones. And that's how we got sweets every Thursday after school when I was a kid. I'm that old. Okay. Was that story true? Or was that story a lie? Mostly true. Here's the lie. It was a Wednesday, not a Thursday. Top tip. If you're going to lie, tell the truth. Just change a little one thing that you need. Why am I telling you to lie? I shouldn't be teaching you how to lie. That's not my job. My job's to teach you how to speak English. Okay, let's do some words now. Let's have a look at these facial expressions and we'll see what they mean. Page 86 in the book, we can see 5 pictures. Let's look at picture number 1. What's that woman doing? Biting her lip or licking her lip? Biting your lip is when you don't say something that you kind of want to say. If someone walks in wearing a very ugly dress, you're not going to say, "Hey, that's a really ugly dress." You're going to bite your lip. Licking your lips, well, when you see something delicious, you lick your lips. What's she doing? She's biting her lip. That's her teeth. Number 2, he's nodding his head to say yes, going up and down. Shaking your head, going left to right, means no. Well, normally it means no. For us it means no. There are places around the world where it means yes, but we're not going to go to those places. And if we do, we'll just have to work it out. Up and down, nod, left and right, shake. Number 3, what's she doing? Yawning or blushing? Well, when you're tired. When you're tired, and you open your mouth to get more oxygen, you're yawning. That's what she's doing in the picture, isn't it? She's yawning. Blush is when you're embarrassed and all the blood rushes to your cheeks and you go red. Or for some other reason, you go red in the face. That's blushing. Number 4, we got 2 options, blinking or rubbing your eyes. Blink is when you close both eyes quickly at the same time. Blink, blink. Winking, winking is when you shut one eye. And rubbing your eyes, well, you'd need your hands for that. So what's this guy doing in picture 4? He's probably blinking. Picture 5, stare at somebody, avoid making eye contact. Well, staring at somebody is what you're doing to me right now. Looking at them without stopping. Yeah, we shouldn't stare at people. It's weird. We do. But we really shouldn't. Avoiding making eye contact is when we can't look at somebody's eyes. We might be talking to them, but we'll be looking at the wall, or the shoes, or the floor. This woman, I think, staring at someone, or possibly something. Still on page 86, we've got this exercise, exercise 2. Take a minute, pause the video, have a look at this activity, look at the phrases that we didn't use for the pictures and see which ones go in each sentence. Pause the video, do that in your student's book, and I'll show you the answers in a minute. Okay, here are the answers. If you need to, pause the video for a second so you can check you got them all right. Right, this reading activity is a text with sentences taken out. There are clues in every sentence as to where they belong. The trick for this kind of question is to read the questions first, naturally, with a pencil, obviously, and to underline where you think the key words and phrases are in the sentence that are going to give us the answers. Okay, let's have a look at the sentences that are missing, that have been taken out from the text. Let's focus on this sentence at the top. We know where this sentence goes. This sentence goes in gap number 1, which is at the end of the second paragraph. Let's read the sentence. People who are lying might do all these things. That's the key phrase. That's the hook, which is going to connect it with whatever came before or whatever's going to come afterwards. But so do people who are telling the truth, especially if they are feeling genuinely anxious. All these things. That means we're looking for a list. As you can see, just above gap 1 on page 87, we have the sentence, liars blush, liars scratch their ear. Again, these are myths. We've got a long list of things which liars apparently do. In the sentence, it says all these things. Okay, take a minute, go through all those sentences there, take a pencil, read through, keep an eye on the bits they've underlined for you. Those are the key phrases, the key words that are going to help you connect those sentences to the gaps in the text. I'm going to pause the video. You guys pause the video, go to page 87 and try and fit those sentences into the gaps in the text. Okay, here are the answers. You might want to pause this screen just so that you can go back through and check that you got them right. You've also got there an explanation as to why each answer was the one it was. There are some things in life that we have to get someone else to do. I don't cut my own hair. Okay, sometimes it might look like I cut my own hair, but I don't. If I tried, that would be a catastrophe. I have to have a hairdresser cut my hair for me. I could try and fix my car, but to be honest, I'm not very good with cars. So I get a mechanic to fix the car for me. Let's have a look at these two phrases. To have something done for you and to get something done for you. How do we form them? When do we use them? Let's have a look. So this is the structure. Have or get, and then the object, the something that's having something done to it, and then the past participle. So that will be ed, or as it is for cut in the example below, the third column of the irregular verb, the third declination. If you need to look up the past participles again, remember there's a long list at the back of your book. So, if we look at the first example sentence, I got my car fixed. Got, obviously, we've just taken get and we've put it in the past because that's appropriate for this sentence. It is in the past. Got is the main verb in the sentence, so we're going to make that into the past. My car is the object, the thing that's having something done to it, and fixed. There we go. That's the past participle of fixed, nice and regular. I will, this one's in the future, and then we've got have. Have obviously is not changing to has or had. That's just because of the tense of the sentence here, using the future simple with will. The object, again, my hair, I've put in the green so we can see that. And cut is the verb in the past participle. So it's cut, 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 not cut it. Okay, let's practice this. On page 88 in your student book, you will find exercises 2 and 5. I want you to try and have a go at these. Exercise 2, you've just got to pick either or, which is the correct answer in this sentence. Exercise 5, I want you to rewrite the whole sentence. You're going to have to write those down somewhere, maybe in a notebook. There's not really enough room in the page there to get them done clearly. If you've got something that's different from the answers that I'm going to show you in a minute, then feel free to ask me a question or get in touch and we can see what happened. Okay, pause the video, take a minute, have a go at those exercises. And here are the answers. You might want to pause this so that you can check that you got them right. Again, any questions, feel free to get in touch. Story writing. Story writing is really important because it's going to affect also how we retell things in articles when they come up later, how we retell things in letters and reports. And just stories are an important part of life. There are the 4 criteria on which your writing is going to be marked. So you have your content. Have you included what you had to in the story? So for us, that's going to mean, have you written a story based on the prompt you're given, the sentence or the theme they've given you? Secondly, you've got your organization. Can we see a clear structure to the story? I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. We've got our language. Is it clear to understand? Are there not too many errors? But also, have we used any fancy pants language? Have we got any different grammar forms in there? Some different tenses in there? Maybe some comparatives. Let's describe things in a beautiful way. Adjectives, adverbs as well. Put them in there as well. Adjectives, and adverbs. Have we used language to get the most out of our story? And fourthly, is communicative achievement. How well have we written a story? Is it exciting? Is it interesting? Now, there's one way that we can approach organizing our story, which is going to help us get the language, get the organization, and really get the communicative achievement down. And that's if we go like this. We ask ourselves 4 questions. It doesn't necessarily matter which order we ask the first two questions, just that we've asked them. The first question is this: what was happening? Look at the tense there. Was happening. That's past continuous, yes? One tense ticked off, and a pretty good one. This lets us give background information to the story. It was raining very hard. Okay, we've given description. We've also made sure we've used one narrative tense. Second question, what had happened? This lets us give more background to the characters and the events of the story. It was raining very hard. It had been raining since Saturday. There we go. We've given a little bit of context, but also in the second sentence, we've brought out a second narrative tense. Any examiner marking this is going to be loving your use of tenses, and you're getting this straight in from the offset, so you're making a great impression. Second question, what changed? Now, changed is just in the past simple, and a lot of retelling a story is going to be in the past simple, isn't it? This happened, then that happened. Try not to make it just the past simple, because that gets very repetitive in and of itself. Also, change. It needs to flow. Okay, what happened? What's different? That's the content of the story. And finally, how did it resolve? This is what's going to really draw the story to an end. We looked at the beginning. We're going to look at the beginning and the end of some stories. And when we look at the beginning and the end of some stories, you're really going to see how there is value in just ending a story well, leaving the examiner just before they write down your grade, thinking how good that story was as a story. Okay, let's have a look at some examples of beginnings and endings of stories. Here on page 89, we've got 3 story titles: Honesty Pays, An Honest Mistake, and A Little Lie Cost Me a Friend. Now, we've lost most of the story. We just got the beginning and the end. What I want you to do is read through the beginning and end of those 3 stories and match the titles with the stories. As you're doing this, look specifically at the endings. How do the beginnings get us going, but also how do the endings answer that final question? How was it resolved? Pause the video whilst you go and have a look at that. Okay, here are the answers. If you need to, pause the screen and check you got them right. Now, this is the final thing I want you to do for me. I want you to have a look at writing your own story. It's got to begin with this sentence. Jess and Ruby had a choice. They could give the money back or keep it to themselves. Remember our 4 questions: what was happening, what had happened, what changed, and how did it resolve? And I want you to write about 140 to 190 words. The word count isn't the most important thing. The most important thing is our content, our organization, our language, and our communicative content, the quality of our story. Okay, have a look at that. Write that for me. Either write it on the computer and email it straight to me. I'll give you my email address in a second. Or take a photo, write it out normally. Take a photo with your phone and send that to me via email or Messenger or Instagram or however it is you find easiest to connect with me. Get that done before next week, and I'll get it back to you as soon as I can. Email and deadline coming up now.